Like we said, guys, in our previous videos, if you guys haven't, please subscribe to our channel. Let your friends, family, your dog, your cats know about us. We're trying to grow our channel, and we want to keep pumping out good material for you guys, so it would help us out a lot.
Mom, Dad, kitty cat, Joel's hair looks good today. Let's watch the Korean Cowboys. What's going on? Yes, please subscribe. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment. You know, all the trappings of a fine podcast on YouTube. Please support us, and we will continue to give you the greatest content ever.
Yes, and also make sure you guys have your notification bell on so you can watch our new video coming out every week.
That's right. Now, let's put on our intro.
Here we go.
Hello. Can you please suggest a good controversial topic for us to talk about on our podcast? Thank you.
How about discussing the ethical implications of artificial intelligence in creative fields?
No. Please suggest something else that we can talk about on our podcast that's kind of controversial, but also very interesting and thought-provoking.
Another intriguing topic could be the impact of social media on mental health.
We did that! One more time. Please, can you suggest a controversial, funny topic that we could talk about on our podcast? Listen, asshole.
Bro, let's not give it to me.
Wait, hold on. He's going to say something.
How about debating the quirks of internet culture and its impact on real-life behavior? You could cover funny trends, memes, and how they...
Who is Aaron Kwok, and why is he famous? From Korea.
Aaron Kwok is actually a well-known actor and singer from Hong Kong, not Korea.
Okay.
He's famous for his work in the cantopop music scene and his roles in various Hong Kong films.
I knew
Kwok
it.
is considered one of the 4 heavenly kings of cantopop.
Whoa.
Alongside other famous artists from Hong Kong.
That's a different one.
Following in Asia, including Korea.
That's Quack with a KW.
All right, okay, you know what? You ask. Tap and then ask a question. Here, ask a question.
What's up?
Hey, can you recommend us some topics to talk about on our podcast?
Absolutely. How about discussing the impact of social media on personal relationships? Or you could explore the rise of true crime podcasts and why they're so compelling. Another interesting topic could be the evolution of fashion trends and their cultural significance over the decades. Do any of these sound like a good fit?
Say no.
No, not really. You're going to have to do better. Can you give us some other topics?
Sure thing. How about examining the rise of reality TV and its effects on society? Or discussing the
we're really good at this
cancel
podcast
culture and its consequences. Another idea could be diving into the influence of video games on modern culture and behavior. Do any of these catch your interest?
You know what? We might be better than we think because we've covered a lot of
done
these
all
topics.
of that.
Yeah.
God dang. I asked yesterday, and they were like, you should talk about the truly controversial topic of, do you put pineapples on pizza? And I'm like, that's not controversial enough. I'm talking like, I want like deep down dirty stuff, man.
All right, one more time. Can you recommend us a controversial topic for us to discuss on our podcast?
Okay, what's going on? Come on.
Got it. How about discussing the ethics of genetic modification in humans? It's a deeply controversial topic that touches on science, morality, and the future of humanity. Another option could be the debate over the surveillance state and privacy rights in the digital age.
Ooh.
These subjects are pretty intense and could lead to a fascinating discussion.
Fascinating.
Thanks, bro.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Who is Joel from South Korea? And why is he known?
Joel from South Korea might be a bit ambiguous, as there isn't a widely known figure.
You ain't no shit, bruh. All right. No. Wait. Okay, wait. No. Hold on, wait.
Oh, that is...
Let me ask this. There's got to be another way.
That is so funny.
Who is player 375 from Squid Game The Challenge? Please tell me he gets it. Come on.
Player 375 from Squid Game The Challenge is a contestant named Joel. He gained attention for his participation in the reality competition series inspired by the hit TV show Squid Game. Joel stood out due to his performance and involvement in the competition.
Thank you.
Who
You're welcome.
Who is Aaron from Newest?
Aaron from Newest is Aaron Kim. He's a South Korean singer and member of the popular K-pop group Newest. Aaron is known for his vocals and charismatic presence on stage.
Well, it's not Kim, but thank you very much.
That's Aaron Kim. Yeah, you are really.
All right.
You ain't kidding. Quiet down.
All right, so I'm sure you guys know, but we were trying to use AI to see what kind of topics we can talk about today.
Yeah.
Genetic modification.
Ooh, do we like it? This is good.
That's an interesting topic.
Because you know what? But before we get to that, let's just say we got to give ourselves some credit.
Yeah, honestly.
Because they were like, I don't even listen to a lot of podcasts like that, but like a lot of the ideas that we came up with, a lot of people apparently do. So I will say this. ChatGPT got us on the genetic modification thing and all of that. So,
yeah, I didn't even
surveillance
think about
state.
that.
It's some deep stuff. But yeah, hey, shout out to the Korean Cowboys team for their great teamwork and very big brains.
Yes. But on the topic, I guess today's topic is going to be genetic modification.
I thought we agreed not to do that. Today's topic is going to be.
I mean, whatever it did.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be discussing that. But genetic modification, what do you think that means, like DNA or?
So I happen to know a little bit of this realm, this lane of conversation. I know a thing or two about
Modifications
genetics and genes and
modifications.
genealogy, and I haven't done anything to myself. I don't understand why Aaron's always under the impression that I'm like super plastic. I'm not. Like
Not super.
he thinks I'm plastic. I'm not. Anyway.
Anyway.
So genetic modifications, kind of, now they have like gene splicing, gene sampling, gene modification before you're even born, right? So,
yeah.
for example, a lot of these like, I don't want to say diseases, but these like deformities and stuff like that used to happen a lot. Like, you ever watch P.T. Barnum and his circus? A long time ago.
Yeah.
Like there would be like, what they used to call, this is totally politically incorrect, right? But they used to call them like carnies, carnival freaks.
Oh, okay.
So they have like a woman with like really hairy armpits, or like a really, really fat guy, or like midgets with like big heads, or little people, that kind of thing. But a lot of these people with like certain physical deformities no longer exist because of gene editing.
Right, because from what I know, it's even before like the baby's born, you can figure out like what types of genes they have apparently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So like if like, let's say like, I know like a lot of people opt out of having a child if like, let's say for example their child had Down syndrome or something, you know what I mean? Because like, that is like a lifetime worth of care that you have to provide for like your child, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's like so much genetic modification.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like genetic modification, like what came to mind for me was like Aquaman or something, like half man, half fish or something.
No, that's like like when they found Bat Boy, he was like half bat. It was in the National Enquirer. It was Bat Boy. He was half man, half bat. He was found in a cave in like.
Yeah, that's what came to my mind when I thought of genetic modification.
He's watching too many movies. No, this is. I think they mean more like fixing your genes for medical reasons, although they are getting into that, editing eye color and editing certain physical features. Let's dive into the first part of this. Okay. If you have a baby that it's not born yet, but that this baby is going to have a physical deformity, is it appropriate to use genetic, editing to fix that problem, or are you under the thing that nature works as it works? A little bit of a slippery slope. I see why ChatGPT is saying it's a little controversial.
Okay, so like nature versus science, right?
Yeah, like you can fix that kind of, something.
Honestly, I think.
And hold on, let me say this. When I say fix, I don't mean that there's anything wrong with people that have these.
Right, obviously.
But what I'm saying is like you can make it so that your baby will not have this deformity.
Right.
Like is that an ethical thing to do?
I mean, I could see like both sides of like the fence where it's like that's not ethical because like you're not giving that child like a choice. Blah,
well,
blah, blah. Like
you're not getting rid of the baby though.
Exactly, but like you're not giving it a choice. Like you know what I mean? Like
certain
blah,
issues
blah,
that
blah.
they might have.
Honestly, I think that lies within the hands of the parents.
Well, of course, that's what I'm asking. If it was you,
if that was me,
or do you agree do you agree or disagree with people that do it, or will do it. I don't, how far we are along in this, but
I mean, I don't think I disagree with it. I mean, like, let's say like I was about to have a child and I found out that he was missing both arms or something. You know what I mean? Like, and somehow science could like fix that. Like, and give him like two like good functioning arms. I'd be like, hell yeah, do it. Like, I don't think I'm against it.
I'm not either. Like, because like I'm all for everybody having their full good life. Honestly, like, okay,
because it's a quality of life. You know what I mean?
Quality. Like, okay, I don't want to be. If you're missing two arms, your quality of life is in a lot of ways going to be very hindered. It's going to be more difficult than if you do have your two arms.
Right.
Now, I was on Instagram Reels the other day, and I was like, I saw this thing, octopi or octopus, whatever.
Yes.
Anyway, so if you chop up one of their arms, there's like a gene in there. They can grow a new one.
Yeah.
Like they can get up to several of them cut off and still live.
Yeah.
Which I think is fascinating. I'm like, why don't they get octopus blood and do something to it and then put it in humans so they can regrow limbs? I'm sure they're looking into that.
I'm sure they are. Like octopus do that, like lizards too. Like sometimes they'll like if they get caught,
the tail,
like
a gecko.
Yeah, no, like regrow that again.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure the scientists somewhere have like experiments with that.
Of course, because listen, one of my biggest fears in life is if like me losing a limb or an appendage or something. Like that's for me would be heartbreaking. You know what I mean? And I really do sympathize with a lot of people that have that, or if they're veterans and they happen to lose a limb in war or something like that. But if I had the opportunity to fix that, whether they were born with that or whether or not, they ran into that situation later in life, I would totally be for it.
Of course. But like the thing is like once like, I don't know if genetic modification is like ever going to become mainstream or like super popular or whatever, like if it's going to become a part of our everyday lives, but it's kind of scary if you think about it. Like science is going to get better, like it's going to progress
always
throughout the years, but it's like, imagine like if like they could make people with wings or like, you know what I mean? Like how
See, here you go again. You're letting your imagination get the best of you and get carried away.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it's like kind of scary, don't you think?
This is not X-Men. Like this is not like X-Men and like all things going on. But
I mean, obviously like what we're discussing is like medical stuff, right? But I'm saying like just like later on down the line, I'm sure like if like genetic modification becomes like a real thing, a plausible thing, then I'm sure they would make weapons out of that. I'm sure they would, do a lot of other stuff with that. You know what I mean? It's kind of scary, don't you think?
They're on Magneto's side, is what you're saying.
Maybe.
They're the bad guys.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe, bro.
Okay, so you're okay. I'm totally for. Okay, so for quality of life, right? If it's
quality of life, I'm all for it.
Quality of life. Now, cosmetically, are you for that? You have kids, right? Mm-hmm. And your kid is what's that thing, hypochromatic or whatever, where they have two different color eyes. I think that's really charming and like really cool. But I mean, would you like edit your genes so that your kid would look different than they would completely naturally?
No.
Are you against that?
I'm not against it, but me personally, I wouldn't do that.
I'm against it. I'll say it right now.
Really?
I'm against it. Because I think it's important to have a lot of diversity in the world, and then if you have everybody that has money, because it's going to be expensive. Let's not get it twisted here.
Yeah.
But if you have people editing their genes, you're going to have everybody. Listen, South Korea is known for plastic surgery, right?
Yep.
If you walk down the street, in certain areas, I'm not going to say where, but in certain areas, everybody got the same nose, the same eyes, the same everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But you do this, except it's natural, and you're losing the diversity of character, in someone's face. You know what I mean? Like, look, this is not the politically correct power hour, okay? Listen, some people are better looking than others. Some people are drop dead gorgeous, and some people are not blessed, in the looks department. But that's okay, because that's what makes the world beautiful. And I'm not trying to be like,
of course,
mean. Like what I'm saying is that some people are better looking conventionally than others, and I think that's great.
Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, guys. There's no one ugly.
Yes, I think Hitler was ugly.
I mean, okay, there's some people.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Stalin, maybe. Anyway.
Anyways,
yeah. But what I'm saying is like, I think that you need to have that diversity in life, and I also think like, me personally, I'm not big on like bloodlines and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But I look the way I look, because my parents look the way they look, and the way my grandparents look the way they look, and I feel like there's like importance in bringing down this genealogy. It's sort of like a What are you laughing at?
Nothing. I'm listening to you. I'm listening. What? I'm like just staring and listening.
Anyway.
Okay, so what you're saying
So
is...
what I'm saying is I'm thankful to my ancestors all the way back to wherever. Like it's the miracle of life, right? So you have billions and billions and possibly trillions now at this point of different combinations that you could end up looking like. And I came out like this.
Okay.
Well, you know what I mean? And I should be willing to accept that.
But what I'm saying is, do you think you have a skewed view on it because you are, let's say, conventionally above average in terms of looks? If you were on, let's say, the other half, where, you weren't conventionally so good looking, you were, I'm just going to be straight up, if you were fugly, if you were ugly, you know what I mean? Do you think
Fugly's
you would
a little harsh.
Okay,
I didn't say it.
Not fugly. Okay, if you were ugly, do you think you would have the same point of view?
I think
Because I agree with him. I'll be honest with you guys. I agree with him. My bloodline, I'm super happy with it. My parents are both good looking. I think I'm like not bad looking myself. You know what I mean? I would want my kid to kind of look like me.
Behind when the cameras are off, he's like, I'm one of the best looking people ever born. Like literally freaking, the most handsome peoples on earth. And then he says he's better looking than them. So I don't know. But
I don't think I'm bad. Like I agree with him. Like my bloodline, of course. Like
I'm happy with the way things came out. This is my thing.
But that's the thing. You're happy with the way things came out. But the thing is, let's say you weren't happy with it. Do you think that you would still be against?
That's really hard to picture.
Right.
Because
I'm so good
looking. No, I didn't say that.
I'm a Greek statue.
Listen, even I have, or everybody has flaws, no matter how perfect you are, right? Like some of the best looking celebrities ever, like Brad Pitt, or, if you're in Korea, like, was it Wonbin, or, Cha Eun-woo, or any of these people that are like super, people are known to be very good looking people, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like they didn't always look like that. I feel like there's a lot of work to be put into, like, having a healthy look, and like I think that your confidence will carry you a long ways.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And those were not good examples because they are gorgeous examples of humans, but that's some word, right? Gorgeous, but like they're very good looking people. But I still think that you should work with what you got in terms of that.
Yeah,
that's what I personally think, because like I believe a lot in bloodlines, and I just think that you should be grateful to your parents for what they gave you.
Right.
I think you're kind of, it's kind of like not a spiritual way, but a little bit of a weird.
It's like a pride thing.
It's like a pride thing. Like, I don't want to, if I can edit the way that I look, right? Or if my parents edited the way that I look, then I'm not am I really
my parents' kid?
My parents' kid? Not really. Like, okay, yes, I was born from my mother and father, but how much of me is actually them and it's not edited? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, I don't know. It would be weird to say 100% that I am their child. You know what I mean? I know that sounds really weird and like contrarian, but
I could see where you're coming from. But okay, like I think I would be against it.
Mm-hmm.
Like for cosmetic purposes, I would be against it if you're doing it to like a fetus or like a baby or something. You know what I mean? But I think.
Well, this is done in the womb.
Yeah,
this is done like on a microscopic level.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's true. I guess it's not really genetic modification.
You're not like getting a baby and making eyelids. Like,
okay. You're not okay. It's not genetic modification later on in life. I guess. Yeah, that's true.
That is called
that's plastic surgery.
Surgery.
Yes.
Yeah, that's different.
yes. Genetic modification. I feel like it's. You said you're against it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not so much
genetic for cosmetic reasons.
Cosmetic reasons, yeah. I think honestly, for me personally, I wouldn't do it cosmetic reasons. But like I said, like if my child was gonna be born without 3 limbs or something, you know what I mean? Like
without 3 limbs.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like including the legs?
Yeah. Like,
I thought you meant like a 3-armed guy or something.
If he or she was gonna be born with like 1 arm and that's it, like you know what I mean? Like obviously I would want to modify that and help the kid out.
Yeah. I'm all for putting octopi DNA in humans.
I wonder if, because I know like stem cell research has gone a long way.
Why don't we ask ChatGPT? He knows.
Yeah. Well, yeah, ask him. Yeah.
Ooh. Hold on, it's loading. Has there been any research into regrowing limbs in humans? Thank you.
Yes, there has been research into regrowing limbs in humans, though it's still in early stages. Scientists are exploring various methods such as stem cell therapy and tissue engineering to encourage limb regeneration. While significant progress has been made in animal models, translating this to humans presents many challenges.
Thank you. Okay, so stem cells. George Bush was against stem cells. I wonder if he's for them now. Are you too young to remember this? There was a big stink about this years ago.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah, like when we were like really little.
Long time ago, yeah.
Anyway, what are you looking at?
I'm just looking at like human genetic enhancements and stuff.
Listen, even stem cells. Stem cells is where you get like cells, lab-grown cells to like grow, different parts of your body. How about that? Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Artificial organs made from your own cells. Is that okay? Because technically, if I grew a new liver, God knows I need it, that, in a test tube, right? Like the test tube liver,
right,
made from my cells, it's still technically mine. So they could take mine out, the one that I have now, and then put in a new one.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people, back in the day and even now that are against that.
Okay, but the thing is, let's say I'm the person that's in that like scenario where it's like, oh, you have kidney failure or something.
Okay.
The thing is, like, we've cultivated like a new kidney out of like your own
Cultivated.
like out of your own cells. You know what I mean? We can replace it and you can stay alive. I'd be like, hell yeah, do it. You know what I mean? Like, better than dying. What do you mean? And the
Some
thing
people are against it. George Bush was against it.
people can be against it all you want. The thing is, the person who's dying and that needs that organ,
And
it's
still-
their choice. You know
It's
what
still
I mean?
controversial.
It doesn't. What's controversial is you live or die. That's the way I see it. If I was necessarily be like, hell yeah, do it.
Controversial was
Oh, with the big man upstairs.
yeah. That's what makes it controversial.
I mean, he give us free will for a reason.
That's right. If he didn't want us to make fake or like stem cell livers, he wouldn't have let us ever figure out how to do it. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
Oh, here's another real ethical, hard hitting fastball. What about cloning? How ethical is cloning?
okay, cloning is a little weird.
Oh, this is actually a good little. I don't know how we got on this, but it's kind of related to stem cells. But for those of you guys who are unaware, we have successfully cloned many things.
Like dogs.
Dolly
and
the sheep
cats.
was the first animal ever cloned.
Yeah.
And Dolly the sheep was an exact genetic replica of a sheep that, was living before.
Yeah.
So they were literally exactly the same, except, I guess memories and stuff like that would be different. But what about cloning in any capacity? Because, you could say, well, it's a completely different person. They just happen to be genetically the same.
Is it though?
Yeah, well, I mean, except for your experiences and stuff, you don't come out with their thoughts, right? You only come out with their body, and you're like literally exactly the same moles, the same everything.
It's
a hot take, though.
So I'm reading about it. Most scientific and governmental and religious organizations oppose reproductive cloning.
That's
Suggesting
true.
that
It
human
is ethically kind of looked down on, right?
Okay, there are several ethical issues with human cloning, including both the physical safety of the process and societal principles. High failure rates of viable embryos, health issues with cloned offspring, loss of genetic diversity. See, loss of genetic.
Okay, there's
genetic diversity, you know what I mean?
how many billions of people on Earth? I don't think we have to worry about that too much.
But like cloning though, like
We're not cloning every single human on Earth.
of course.
So-
But like, oh my god, okay. Maybe I've been watching too many movies these days, but like,
Here we go,
imagine
here
if
we go.
like cloning was like became easy and you could just clone like a whole army of like let's say like your best soldier, right? And
You know what you're explaining right now?
what?
You're literally explaining the clone army in Star Wars.
Oh, is that what?
That's literally what became the stormtroopers, was the clone troopers. They were all made from the same person.
like your best your best.
Yeah,
soldier
like
or
some kind
whatever.
of like James Bond or something.
Yeah,
You know what I
like
mean?
just like 250 jacked, like you know what I mean, like
Yeah, well, I mean,
that'd be weird, man.
so you're against it in all capacities?
because the thing is like,
Explain to me why you're against cloning, because I have a hot take on this.
okay, in terms of let's say for like if people are gonna weaponize it, you know, like we just said,
Okay.
I would totally be against that because like that's you know how many wars will start.
I mean,
People just go to war left and right because the thing is, okay, yeah, like people like they're gonna die, but we can just clone them and remake them, reproduce them like whenever we want.
yeah, but they're not. I
It's like mass production of like fodder. You know what I mean? Like, that's not good.
Yeah, but they're still human beings with their own thoughts and feelings, and
But do you think that, let's say these governments, let's say like for example, we're talking about the war thing, right? Military like purposes. Do you think the people up there are actually going to think about that?
they're probably super screwed up mentally. These clone soldiers.
No, not the soldier, but I'm saying the people that are controlling, like, you know, the production of these clones. You think they're going to worry about, oh, well, they're all humans at the end of the day. Like, no, they're going to be like, if they die, we can just clone them again.
I mean,
like,
I suppose in that regard, you're
I'd
right.
be against it.
So this is my thing with cloning. The most talk about cloning these days, because for the most part, human cloning is kind of off the table.
Yeah.
Right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Morally, ethically, you know, we're also limited by science because clones don't typically last that long. At least they die really fast.
Oh,
for
I
whatever
didn't
reason.
even know that, yeah.
But when it comes to something like cloning an animal that has went extinct because of human intervention, like the dodo bird, I am for that. Because everyone had done killed all the dodos and ate all of them, and they were on this tiny little island, and they all died because of humans.
Yo, what if they could clone a T-Rex?
That is what we call Jurassic Park, written by Michael Crichton, directed by Steven Spielberg.
I know, but what I'm saying, what if they can actually make that happen?
So the fact of the matter is actually you cannot scientifically clone a T-Rex.
Why not?
You cannot, because fossils are not organic matter. They are bones that have exchanged places with particles of rock, and it is actually completely rock. There is no organic matter made. I've looked this up because I love Jurassic Park. And also, DNA actually has a half-life, and 65 million years is way past the half-life of anything living. So, like DNA. So you cannot actually clone them. It's not possible. Because any fossils that exist of them are simply minerals. They're rocks. They're no longer bones.
Yeah, it's all decayed. Yeah, I'm reading about it right now.
Yeah, exactly. I know what I'm talking about. Now, if you were, for example, to clone a dodo or a Tasmanian, I think it was called Tasmanian tiger, which also went extinct because of humans, or the woolly mammoth, which are still clonable, you could theoretically do it. And I think there are some places and some companies that are trying to create those three animals in particular, because we still have DNA from they find frozen woolly mammoths all the time up in these icebergs, or not icebergs, was the ice shelf. But I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I want to see a woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Because you know what they do? Because they're really closely related to the elephant, right? So like you can make it happen. The dodo bird, you can get like an ostrich or something, and then whatever. I'm down for that because it's all humans' faults anyway. And I don't particularly see, actually, even with human cloning, I don't see a big problem with it, honestly.
Really?
I really don't. I think it depends on the reasoning. Because listen, I wanted to be a scientist when I was little, and a long time ago when my dog died, I got all its hair and I put it in this like little thing, and I was like, I'm gonna clone him one day. I don't even know what happened to that hair, but like, you know.
Okay, but how about this?
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, buddy.
Why's your face so annoying today? I want to punch it.
You said your biggest fear in life is being forgotten, right?
Mm-hmm.
In history.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you passed away.
Right.
And like you left your footprint or whatever on this planet, like you said you wanted to, right?
Okay.
But then let's say you got cloned.
Right.
And your clone has the same name as you, everything, right?
Right.
And he does better than you.
That's fine. Because I'm the originator.
And the thing is, you're forgotten completely. Like, you're just, like, he just overshadows you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, you said he has the same name and we're the same person.
Exactly. So what if, like, your old data, like, let's say, like, everything they had about you on, like, Wikipedia or whatever, got replaced with the new clones because he did so much better than you?
I don't think that's going to happen.
But what if it did?
It wouldn't. Because my protege, his genetically, of course, his accomplishments only add on to my accomplishments. And the thing is even when it comes to that,
because they're separate humans.
Yeah, but like there's more than one Aaron Kwok. There's literally one in Hong Kong that's like one of the 4 heavenly whatevers.
Yeah, but his last name is KWOK. I'm KWAK. It's different, guys.
Anyway, but what I'm saying is I'm a different person. The whole point of me being scared of dying without leaving my mark on the world is that no one will remember me. I didn't do something important enough for people to remember me. But if one day when I do something crazy, like, good for the world, to be remembered, I put keywords on good because I'm not trying to do anything bad to be remembered, they're going to remember me for that. When someone says, oh, that guy that saved the world, Oh yeah, Joel Lane. You know, that was him.
But let's say
He loves throwing
you had a
hypotheticals.
clone, right?
Okay, yeah.
It's a hypothetical. Let's say you had you died, you had a clone or whatever, you got cloned.
Yeah.
And let's say we found out like later on that like aliens are real and like they're like intergalactic wars that happened, right?
Okay.
And your clone is the one that happened to save the universe. And he just completely overshadowed what you did when you were alive.
So that's the thing. I only saved the world. If he saved the universe, give him all the credit. Because, like, honestly, that's two different levels. Like, I only saved Earth. Like, you know what I mean? So, honestly, I consider myself a different person. I'm Joel Lane, the originator. It'll be, like, in parentheses, senior. And then he'll be, like, you know, junior or whatever, you know, like the 27th, you know.
Oh, my God.
I mean, I consider myself to be a different person, and we're not going down that road again. We're talking about cloning. We're not talking about my legacy. Like,
Anyways, okay.
No, but honestly, I'm not completely against it. I think depending on the reasoning, though, I think there's certain reasons why you should do that. Now, okay, if someone unfortunately passed away and you wanted to bring that person back per se,
Right, like
physically,
grief. Yeah.
like something like that, I would be against it
Why?
because you're not bringing back your person you lost. It's someone different.
Okay.
They look the only thing is that they look exactly the same. That's it.
Okay. Yeah. Makes sense.
I think that's even worse because then you're like, the person that you're raising or whatever, like the person you brought back doesn't recognize you, doesn't know who you are, doesn't know anything about you. They just look the same. That's traumatic, man.
Yeah, that's a little traumatic.
Like, what if I know we're getting morbid here, but what if I passed away and then for some reason someone cloned me and then you saw me, right? Sitting right here.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be weird and freak you out? Like, wouldn't it be like a almost like a existential crisis? It'd be jarring and strange and weird, and you wouldn't know how to react, I would think.
Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
But also, like, the thing with cloning, though, is, like, let's say, like, you, like, pass away and, like, someone cloned you. It's not like that clone is going to be 35 years old, like, immediately, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, you never know. I mean, you could probably, what if you did, like,
maybe.
the speed aging inside of a test tube?
like,
Like, you know, like a
I
big
don't
tube
know.
of, like, liquid. You know, I don't know. We're talking theoreticals here.
Yeah, I'm talking under the pretense that, like, like, you have to raise it again, like, from, like, the fetus to, like, all the way.
Imagine if you were, like, 60 years old and we were walking down the streets of Seoul and you passed by someone that, it was me. You know,
and, like,
cloned.
you were, like, 30 or something, and we were, like, 60.
Like,
and I was,
my look right now, and you were, like, 60, old,
I'd be like, a
failing
little,
liver.
I'd be a little, like, scared. Like, not scared.
Don't you think you'd be like, am I seeing things? Like, this is like straight crazy.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm tripping. Like, what is going on? Yeah.
I think you'd fall down and cry.
No.
Shit, if that happened to you, I'd probably cry.
Actually, no.
I'd be like,
If I saw you, if I saw your clone, I'd probably be like,
mind
walk
you,
back.
you're 60 and I could beat you up. I could beat you up now. Forget about it. When you're
Nope.
60, forget about
Never.
it. Yeah,
Anyways.
But I don't know. I think it depends. It doesn't matter anyway because most clones die really fast anyway. But
yeah. I mean, like, I'm not like well versed at all on this topic, so I don't really know like what to say or what to think. I'm gonna have to look it up a little bit, but yeah, cloning and genetic modifications.
I like it.
I know they do like do that with a lot of fruits and vegetables. Like they'll like genetically modify them and stuff. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Keep bringing that up just because they make bigger bananas.
What do you mean? It's the truth.
Have you seen what real bananas look like before they were genetically modified?
No,
They were like this big and they were like brown and really tiny and ugly. Oranges too. Almost all fruits, they look weird. Genetically engineered chicken or genetically changed chickens. Chickens used to be like this big and now they're like this big.
They're this big. Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Oh my god.
you know we got to eat. You know people ate those tiny chickens during the Great Depression. We need more meat. You know that's why a lot of Americans are so much heftier now than they used to be.
But what about if you could start cloning animals like mass production? Why don't we just change all the cows and make them like Wagyu cows all over the world?
Because you have to massage Wagyu cows, and no one got time for all that.
Oh, do you really? You have to I don't think it's massage.
They literally feed them special food, and they give them massages to keep the food tender or the meat tender. You're talking about the
Massage
Japanese
them?
was
Yeah.
the A4 Wagyu,
Or like Hanu. You know what I mean?
I mean, Hanu. I'm not sure how they prepare Hanu. Hanu is like the Korean cow. It's like
Hanu's
very
my faves. It's so
expensive. It's very tender, very juicy. Oh.
It's like the right mix of like meaty with like the fat. You know what I mean? So good.
I think about it like this. What if you were a vegan? Like we're here revisiting this again. So what if you're a vegan, right? What if you can not kill a cow, but you can get their DNA and you can create cuts of meat from their DNA, but you don't actually kill the animal to eat it. Is that immoral or unethical?
Don't ask me. I'm not a vegan. You
No,
have to ask a
right?
vegan for
I
that.
mean, like, I wouldn't think so because you're not really killing anything.
That's true. If you're just like taking like small samples of like the DNA and
Yeah.
genes and like making meat out of that.
Like, you make like a big T-bone steak.
Right. But I think for like maybe vegans, it might just be like they might have that trauma of like, you know, like that image of like animals getting slaughtered. So maybe they wouldn't,
Well,
they'd be against it. I don't know.
what about what about making a clone of someone, but they're never actually alive? It's just like their body. It's like a shell, and you can use their organs to put into you. What about that? They don't have a brain, so it's just a shell of a human. It's just a big mass of gross organs.
Okay, so just like
This is actually like an actual thing that scientists, I believe, I've heard something about this.
cultivating a clone of yourself just so you can use the organs.
Yeah, it might have been a movie too. I don't remember, but yeah.
But like this clone isn't alive, moving around or anything.
The organs are alive, but the brain's not alive. It's barely. It's not a human in appearance only. I don't have a problem with that. It's not alive.
I think as long as the clone didn't have like a life or whatever,
Like a brain, a conscious, and identity.
Yeah, exactly. As long as it wasn't like sentient, you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be okay. Yeah.
If I had one of those of Aaron, I would like sit him up on a chair and make him do like really stupid stuff, like, you know, in public places. Oh my god. Oh, that'd be funny. Like a big puppet.
Yeah, I mean, I think cloning and genetic modification really depends on what you're trying to do, what your end result is. You know, like we said, like cosmetic stuff. Like I'm kind of like we were both against that, right?
I say clone all of the world's worst dictators and make them fight in an arena. I would pay per view to watch that.
Like an octagon or something.
Yeah,
put them in like a UFC.
We put like Hitler and Stalin and like not Genghis Khan. Well, maybe. I don't know.
I got my money on Genghis Khan if that happens.
Oh yeah, no, please. We're all related to Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
But you know, the dictators. I don't know, the Caesar, or whoever. You know, we'll put them all in there and then have them fight to the death. Napoleon. Yeah, I don't know. I think he was more of an emperor. But
yeah.
I mean, anyway, what I'm saying is we would watch it. So I want to shout out to ChatGPT for giving us this great topic to talk about. That was weird.
I'm surprised you know so much about this.
I told you, I educate myself on very random things. Like I know a lot about
It's
like
so random, yeah.
dinosaurs. I know a lot about cloning. I know a lot about, you know, Titanic, like just random things across the spectrum. Like, but then when you can ask me like, oh, what's like the quadratic formula? And I'm like, I know. I can't even do division anymore. Like, you know, with paper and pencil, I can do like really basic division. I can't do long division anymore. Like even when I do multiplication and it's like big long digit numbers, I'm like,
what's 12 times 12?
That's 144. I know that because I memorized the tables. But
ooh, 13 times 13.
I don't know that. We only went up 12 for me. But
Yeah.
I know random things because I spend a lot of time when I on Wikipedia. Like that's my thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
50 times 50.
50 times 50,000. Shit, I don't know.
Really?
50 times 50? 50. Let me do it. I'm gonna do it on paper. Wait. 50, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go. I still can do I didn't say I couldn't do
That's so
multiplication.
easy. 50-50 is just multiply the 5s, 25, and you add the 2 zeros.
I learned it a different way. We learned it a different way in Colorado. Anyway, let's go to our viral videos. What do you think?
Yeah, let's go to our viral videos. Here we go. All right, it's time for us to go into our viral videos.
Hey,
So-
when did this get here? That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna watch yours first today.
We're gonna watch Joel's video first.
I guess I'll press play. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Sincerely, Asher. SINCERLY, comma, enter, indent, ASHER. Okay, send. What if I sent my nudes? Wait, that's impossible. Okay. What if I spelled her name wrong? AVA. Okay, no, Ava is spelled correctly.
Do you not get it?
I don't get it. No.
So like you know when you send like an important email, right? And you check everything.
Yeah.
And like you obsess over the fact like, what if I forgot this? What if I forgot that? Let me give you another example because I suffer from this in a real way. Like when I set my alarms on my phone. First of all, I have 2 alarms. I have like an old school like the mechanical alarm clock and I have my phone. I set 3 alarms and I constantly check, like I check the volume on the alarm sounds like 10 times before I, go to sleep because I'm afraid that I won't wake up. For example, I'll be outside of my house, halfway to the bus stop or halfway driving somewhere. And I'm like, did I turn off the induction? Which is like the thing that heats up. I'm like, did I turn it off? And then I start freaking out.
Do you think that's like OCD?
Oh yeah, I have bad OCD. Like that, or like turning off the AC. Like I'm like, did I turn off the AC? Or especially if it's something with like or incense. Even this happened the other day. I lit an incense in my house, and I was like, I left the house. I was like, wait a minute, did I put it out? I can't remember. And then suddenly my mind just starts going to like, my whole house is gonna burn down. My insurance is not gonna cover it. I'm screwed. I'm gonna be broke. Like my mind wanders like crazy. This doesn't happen to you?
No, I do have times like that. Like when I set an alarm on at night, because I've had times in the past where it's like I have to wake up at 8 a.m. and I'll set the alarm at 8 p.m.
See, I check that too.
Yeah, so like I like obsessively check over like my alarms to make sure it's in the a.m. not the p.m. And also when I leave the house, I don't know why. Let's say like, I leave my house and I'm waiting for the elevator. I'll go back to my door and make sure it's like locked.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. But I want to make sure the door's closed. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
What about sending nude? You accidentally sent a nude before?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You got to be very careful. Please don't send nudes, people. It's not safe.
Yeah, they don't send nudes. No one wants to see your privates. But yeah.
Yeah, that was my video. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I think everyone in the world to some degree suffers from OCD. I think
mine's worse than that. Like it's
you
like
think so?
bad.
Like no, I don't think I have it like that bad.
If you have OCD, please leave down below what your OCD is. We'd like to know.
Yeah. All right. So mine is. I thought this was pretty funny.
Oh, we like switched chains now. So you're doing a funny one today.
Yeah. So mine is
Yours is not visible right now.
So it's a prank, but it's really good. It's actually happened, I think.
Okay.
Oh no.
So you come with video and it's literally a JPEG.
Here we go.
Okay.
Behold, Palessi.
We built a fake luxury store in Los Angeles and filled it with Payless shoes. The guests at our grand opening party had no idea.
Guests invited to check out what looked like a luxury shoe shop.
They're elegant, sophisticated. I just think it's so classy.
And I could tell it was made with high quality material.
A $35 shoe going for $645, an 1,800% markup. Store owners sat on their heels as fashion influencers emptied their wallets.
I would pay $400, $500. Yeah, people are gonna be like, where'd you get those? Those are amazing.
Then they're let in on the prank.
These are actually from Payless. You've got to be kidding me.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Yeah. So first of all,
it just goes to show you how uneducated people are, but how they will bullshit their way through life. You know what I mean?
See, that's the thing is like, you have like. That's why, for the most part, I understand that there's a difference in quality between high quality clothing and low quality clothing. Okay, I get that because if you shopped at Dongdaemun in the 2000s, you see that the shirts were almost see through; they were so thin.
Yep.
And I had a lot of them, But you see like a high quality shirt and a low quality shirt. You can tell the difference, right? But the things are lots of like, for example, they were like, oh, we tried to make this into like a luxury thing. They had a big statue of like Athena in there and like stuff like that. It shows you that marketing can make garbage into gold.
Yep.
Which I think is incredibly. I think it shows like how incredibly shallow people are.
Exactly.
Like, oh, this has, Gucci or whatever on. Not that I don't like. Not that I don't like Gucci. I enjoy certain pieces from the Gucci showroom, but
right.
Like, but I don't see the point in paying so much attention into how something or what the brand of something is. I know we talked about this before, but like if it looks cool and I really like the look of it, I don't care what brand it is.
Yeah.
I'll buy it and I'll wear it.
But it's just like you said it very well. Like it just shows how shallow and fake people try to be. Like that one guy was like, you could tell it's made with like high quality stuff.
I think that guy's just uneducated.
I'm like, my ass, dude. You're trying to act like you know what's going on. Like you don't know shit, dude. Like,
but it looked like that store was in a mall, and there's nothing super. And I mean like an American style mall, right? Not like a Baekwajeom like they have here, like a mall. in America. And ain't no high quality, like high-end luxury goods being sold at the shopping mall in the States.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you like how important branding is, number one. And number two, how dumb and shallow people will be.
Well, let me say this. I can say that I don't think this is a new thing. I think this is as long as fashion in history has been in existence, that has been a thing. I don't think this is new. I think it's the influencer aspect of it is new, but the fact that people put a lot of emphasis on branding and on how, you know, they perceive the quality of something to be and like how famous the names are and all that stuff. It's not new. It's been around. It's just a lot more visible now because you got, you know, fashion influencers all hanging out and judging clothing and outfits and stuff.
I'd be so embarrassed if I was one of those influencers that was like on the news.
Well,
like
to show up on the news, they had to sign a release, so they agreed to come out on TV. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be like detrimental to like my brand. You know
that's
what I mean?
this kind of thing happens. A lot of influencers get caught with stuff like this, saying they're
yeah.
like a food critic, and then they don't know anything what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
They'd be like, "This is literally like out of it's like a TV dinner."
Yeah.
You know, and they'll be like, "This is like the best macaroni and cheese I've ever had," and like, yeah, this is like literally
3 Michelin stars.
Yeah,
like,
and it's literally
it's
craft, or it's like out of a frozen, you know, TV dinner set.
Yeah.
You know.
I just thought that was funny.
It is.
How like it just like shows like how important branding is and how shallow people
Everybody, fashion is what you make of it. If you want to dress like, you know, in Gucci and all that other high-end stuff, good for you.
Yeah.
But if you want to dress as like a emo goth, you know, good for you. You know, do what you want to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly, as long as you're happy and content with what you're wearing and stuff, you know, that's all that matters.
I mean, if you want to look like a total clown and literally wear a clown outfit, that's all you can do. That's not me. I'm more of a mime. You know.
Oh, God.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hodgepodge. Thanks to ChatGPT today.
Yeah, we kind of took like a different route today, like try to do something new. Because someone in our last video left a comment saying you guys should try using AI. So yeah,
we might implement it a little bit more. It might not be as on the nose today, but we might have to converse with ChatGPT. He's a smart cookie.
Yeah, but he was struggling for like the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Aaron Kim from Newest, and he's from Hong Kong.
Yeah,
he's one of the 4 heavenly.
I don't know what the hell that was about, but
oh hey, at least they
that
know
must
you.
be the free version because I'm sure the premium version.
They don't even know who I am. They said it's kind of an ambiguous person. Of course, I asked ChatGPT that yesterday. I was like, "Who's Player 375 from Squid Game: The Challenge?" And they were like, "His name is Joey." And I was like, "Joey, ChatGPT, can you please say something nice to our podcast listeners and subscribers?"
Absolutely. To all the listeners and subscribers of your podcast, thank you for your amazing support and enthusiasm. Your engagement truly makes everything worthwhile. We appreciate every single one of you and look forward to bringing you more exciting content.
Damn, he said that real nice.
I'm gonna ask him a question.
He said that so.
Yeah, that was very
like
nice.
So
and
like we don't say it like that. We're like, "Hey guys, like my hair looks good. Please subscribe." Like, you know.
How do I do it?
Press the little
the microphone.
press it.
Hey, who are the Korean Cowboys?
John Wayne and.
Oh, is it recording? Oh, what?
Here, let me do it.
It's not working. See, hey, what is a Korean Cowboys podcast? This will dictate if AI is good or not.
Well, they said that this is from 2021. Were you around in 2021?
I think we started 22. But anyways, let's see.
Who are the Korean Cowboys Podcast?
The Korean Cowboys Podcast is a show that focuses on a variety of topics, including Korean culture, current events, and personal experiences. The hosts, often known for their deep dives into Korean life and issues, offer insights and discussions that cater to listeners interested in understanding more about Korea from a unique perspective.
Ask him who the hosts are.
I think he only listened to seasons 1 and 2.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, who are the hosts of the Korean Cowboys Podcast? Ambiguous.
The hosts of the Korean Cowboys Podcast are Daniel and Kevin. They are known for their engaging discussions and insights on various topics related to Korean culture.
I think there's another podcast called the Korean Cowboys Damn, I was feeling good too.
Hey, Daniel.
Daniel and what's his name? Kevin? Daniel and Kevin, we're coming for
No
you.
way. There's another podcast called the Korean Cowboys Podcast.
Hey, listen.
Yeah, we're the only ones.
Oh.
Yeah, no way. Anyways,
Anyway,
hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode.
you shouldn't have asked who the hosts were, because like that was pretty much our podcast, and then you ruined it.
I'll edit that out. Anyways, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's podcast. It was a hodgepodge of random
Interesting.
topics and stuff. But
Kind of liked it. It was kind of fun.
yeah, let us know what you guys think about genetic modifications and cloning. I myself do not know much about it or anything about it.
Go
be honest
learn.
with you guys. He knows a lot about it. So yeah, let us know what you guys know about it and what you guys think about it on our comments. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, like the video, leave us your comments, like I said. Tell your friends, family about us. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and also turn on your notification button as well.
And if you don't, we're gonna clone you.
Yes.
Unethically. Just kidding.
All right, guys. I guess now we're just going to say goodbye. And
Yep.
yeah, everyone have a good week.
3, 2, 1.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! You do that part.
Whatever it is.
You do the 3, 2, 1. I was like,
You
what?
do it today.
Whatever.